All right, so picture this. A law student driven by this intense need for justice, and they find themselves stepping into the world of boxing. Like the gritty underground scene, it's pretty intense.
Yeah.
That's Vedaa, and today we're going deep, deep into this Bollywood action drama.
Really digging deep.
Yeah. And, the thing is, we're basing all this on one single review that really caught our eye.
Oh, and interesting.
It's called Movie Review, Vedaa, a gritty tale of justice and determination. And get this, the story itself is actually inspired by true events. Pretty crazy.
Wow, that adds a whole other layer to it.
Exactly. It sets the stage for some serious drama.
Yeah.
So Vedaa, it's a gritty action drama, right?
Yeah.
And it tackles some really heavy themes. Caste discrimination, resilience, revenge, all against this backdrop of rural Rajasthan.
Heavy stuff. Definitely not your typical lighthearted Bollywood flick.
No, not at all. But that's what makes it so interesting. It's
Yeah.
got this rawness to it.
Yeah, definitely. And, the review really dives into how the main character, Vedaa, embodies this struggle.
Okay, yeah. What did you think of Sharvari's performance as Vedaa? Because the review, they were all over that, saying it went way beyond just playing a strong woman.
Totally. It was way more nuanced than that. You could see her vulnerability and her internal struggles, but then bam, that fierce determination. It was all there, like right beneath the surface. Just amazing acting.
Yeah, it's like you could feel the conflict in every scene. And the review even draws this cool parallel between the music and Vedaa's journey.
Oh, yeah. That was a fascinating point.
I was kind of blown away by how the review talked about the soundtrack. I mean, what'd you pick up on with that?
Well, the way they described it, it sounded like this really unique blend. They used traditional instruments, but then mixed in modern electronic beats. Like, it's creating the soundscape that mirrors her fight for change.
Oh, I see what you mean.
It's familiar, but then kind of jarring at the same time.
Kind of like the clash between the old ways and her quest for justice.
Exactly. Like the music itself becomes this character, It reflects her emotional ups and downs throughout the whole film.
I never thought of it that way. But it's so true. It adds a whole other level to the storytelling.
Right. And the review actually mentions two songs, Zararat Sazaida and Mummy G.
Those stuck out to me too. I think those tracks really showcase that whole musical duality thing.
Tough to say without seeing how they fit in the actual film. But, I'm definitely intrigued. Like, how do these specific songs play into the bigger emotional picture?
I'm right there with you. It's a smart way to add another layer to the story.
Definitely.
And speaking of layers, the supporting cast. The review mentioned John Abraham. He plays Major Abhimanyu Kanwar. He's Vedaa's mentor.
Oh, yeah, him.
What do you think about that whole mentor-student dynamic? Especially in this kind of story.
Oh, he's a classic, right. And honestly, John Abraham, he brings this weight to the role.
Yeah.
But it makes you think, is it just about, like, empowering Vedaa? Or is there something more complex going on?
Oh, like a deeper conflict.
Yeah, like, does their relationship actually challenge the traditional power structures? Or does it, like, end up reinforcing them?
That's a good question.
Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Definitely. And of course, no movie's perfect. The review points out that it's not without flaws.
Yeah.
Like the pacing, especially in the middle, seems to drag a bit.
True. A good story's got to keep you hooked.
Right. Even with a powerful message. If the pacing's off, it loses something.
It would be interesting to see if those slower parts actually build the emotional tension or if they just end up feeling unnecessary.
For sure. And another thing the review brought up is that some plot points, while they're impactful, they also kind of lean towards predictable. What do you think about that balance between, staying true to real-world issues, but also keeping the story fresh and unpredictable?
It's definitely a challenge. I mean, these struggles, they are universal. And that can sometimes lead to a feeling of, oh, I've seen this before, but the key is in the execution.
Yeah, the execution.
Like, can the film take those predictable elements and go deeper? Explore the emotional complexities, the subtle details, the nuances of what these characters are going through.
So it's all about those unexpected layers.
Absolutely. It's about making those familiar struggles feel real and unique.
I like that. But even with the pacing issues and the predictability thing, the review still recommends checking out Vedaa, especially for people who are into that blend of drama and action, with some serious social commentary thrown in.
Yeah, for sure. It sounds like it's definitely got something to offer. And it really raises a question for the viewer,
Oh, yeah.
What's going to resonate with you the most? Will it be the action, the fight scenes, or the exploration of social issues. Maybe it'll be the raw emotion of the performances, or even that fusion of musical styles.
Oh, that's a good point. It's different for everyone.
Exactly. And just goes to show reviews are great and all, but the real impact of a film, that's personal. It's how it connects with you.
I love that. And it makes me think, since Vedaa is inspired by real events, imagine all the stories that could have influenced it.
Oh, wow.
What real-life struggles, what acts of courage they must be out there.
Yeah. Against discrimination or, for women's empowerment. It's like, what sparked this whole cinematic journey?
Heavy stuff to think about.
Really makes you think.
Well, there you have it. We've gone deep. We've unpacked it all. The highs, the lows, the whole 9 yards. Now it's your turn to experience Vedaa and uncover those layers for yourself.
See what speaks to you.
Enjoy the journey.
Absolutely.